Hey, what's up, everyone? So, I joined the I Am a Creator movement, and it's a pretty cool movement, actually, overall. Big part. I'm going to pay it forward probably a couple times. For this specific one, I'm not going to do any editing, but I am going to have links down below to some of my favorite creators and what they create. And so I jumped on for the first time. It's a lot of people. It's moving really fast. A lot of great creators, actually. I met a few of them and ended up subscribing to them. And one thing I noticed was some people were kind of just subscribing and unsubscribing to other people because it had mentioned it in the comments. And I want to tell a story about that because I think this story will kind of clarify everything and make people make sure to always do the right thing, because it's about doing the right thing, you know. Largely put, I really believe that if your content is for that specific person, then it would be quintessential for them to subscribe and to support the channel because they actually love and support the channel. So I'm not really a big fan of sub for sub. And anyway, let me get to this story. I'm probably going to butcher a little bit because it's not my personal story, but it's going to make sense. You're going to get the meaning behind it. So anyway, so a father and his son, right? The father goes to the son and asks him, "Do you know what the meaning of life is?" And the son says, "I have no idea what the meaning of life is." And he goes, "Let me give you this rock." So he gives him the rock and he sends him out to a garage sale. He says, "See how much you can get for that rock at this garage sale." So he takes the rock over to the garage sale and asks them, how much would you pay for a rock like this? And he goes, "Oh, it's just a rock. So maybe $1, $2 at the most." And so he goes back to his dad. He says, "Yeah, he said he would pay $2 at the most for this rock." And so he goes, "All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to go to that thrift shop, see how much you can get for the rock, see if you can sell the rock over there." So he takes it to the thrift shop and asks the guy, "How much would you pay for this rock?" He goes, "It's a pretty nice looking rock. I'd probably give you somewhere between $3 and $5 for the rock." And he goes, "Okay." Goes back to his dad. He said he'd give me $3 to $5 for this rock. And he goes, "All right, now I want you to go to this geologist over here. Ask that geologist how much they would pay for the rock." So the kid goes to the geologist, asks him, "So how much would you buy this rock for?" The geologist looks at it, he's like, "Wow, this is a rare rock. I'd give you anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for this rock." So the boy, in his amazement, goes back to his dad. He's like, "Dad, they said they'd give me $500 to $1,000 for this rock." And he goes, "I want you to ask one more person." He goes, "We're going to go over to that museum over there. I want you to ask the owner of the museum how much would they buy that rock for." So he goes to the museum owner and he asks him, "How much would you buy this rock for?" And the museum looks at it, he's like, "This rock is amazing. It's one of the rarest rocks I've ever seen. I'd pay you $5,000 for it, or $50,000 for it, $50,000 for this rock." And he runs over to his dad. "Dad, he said he'd pay me $50,000 for this rock." And he goes, "Did you get the lesson?" And the boy's kind of looking at him confused, like, "Well, what's the lesson?" He says, "Go where you're wanted. If you go where you're wanted, life becomes easy." He said, "Some people just don't want what you're selling, but some people appreciate it to the fullest." He goes, "Go where you're appreciated." And the reason I tell this story is I know we're all excited. We're all YouTubers. We're all creators. We all create something and we're all passionate in what we create. But always go to where you're wanted. I don't want to create content for people who don't like my content. And the beauty of it is they can choose not to subscribe to my content. And I still wish them all the best, because just like anything, we have different flavors in life. Some people like pineapples, some people like peaches. I'm not mad at you for liking peaches. I just like my pineapples, and I'll go around other people and we'll enjoy our pineapples together. I hope you guys enjoyed that story. And again, I want to give a shout out to the I Am Creator community. Yes, it was started by James Cox. Almost forgot to mention him. James Cox, I appreciate you. You've done a great job with the community. You've really built it up. And let's continue to pay it forward. I hope you all have a great day.